There are no cats in America.
'Cause they're all in Shay's room.
Shay's a cat lady.
I am.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Again for the 45th time
Welcome
tonight.
to 30ish podcast, everyone. Hello, my friend Alexis Van Dyke.
Oh, that's nice.
Wow, maybe I shouldn't say people's names.
I mean,
out
they're
loud.
gonna see it.
They might.
They see it. They can read it.
Oh.
Anyway,
That's
hi
true.
everybody.
Hello.
We're doing a late night sesh.
We are. We're usually.
I feel like I need like my. Do you remember that Sue, whatever her name was, like on Oxygen, and she was all about the old lady Sue.
the sex lady.
Yeah, the sex lady Sue.
And with the glasses.
That's what I feel like.
and the dildos.
Yep, that's the one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't got any of those, but you know.
I bet I could find one.
Yep, that's my N64.
There it is.
That's what I use now. It was a toy for when I was 9, and now it's
Sick.
Yeah, there
Better
it is.
wash my hands.
You should. You're gonna get the corona from.
Gonna-
Wow, we have obviously went from 0 to 60 of being nervous to like
Holy
saying
shit.
horrible things on the
Because
internet.
of these.
It's true.
Anyway.
Anyway,
Well, should we talk about what we're drinking?
yep, sure can.
Well, we'd call this drink today. We have to cheers.
Oh, sorry.
You forgot to cheers me.
Cheering.
It's called a tropical fiesta. And it's called that because it is filled with fresh pineapple muddled by Shay.
I did. I muddled it myself.
It has guava juice, Umex guava juice, that is. Shout out Umex. Jumex.
Did we? No,
We're thinking that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
Does anyone know the proper pronunciation of Umex?
Yes.
Is it Umex? Is it Jumex? Is it Whomex?
I don't think it's Jumex.
I don't think it's Jumex either.
We're live, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, remember?
Okay.
Can't edit that. All right. Sweet.
Oh.
Anyway,
Anywho. Fuck. I forgot we're live. Anywho.
Yep.
So, this also has lime. And it also has Topo Chico. And of course, it has vodka.
Yeah.
We mixed it all together. And what do you got? A tropical fiesta.
It's a tropical baby, and I love it.
It is.
I don't know why you keep doing that. I'm like simpatico today. Anyway, so yes, we're doing a little late night sesh because what were you doing on Saturday? So we didn't get to record on Sunday. What were you doing on Saturday?
So Saturday I went to Denver for the protests.
Yes.
And there wasn't, so I was expecting to get there and like be, marching down the streets like with a bunch of people and like, but when I got there, there weren't like as many, there wasn't like the hordes of crowds like there was the week before, which was fine, whatever. And I was like, all right. So we get to Civic Center Park in Denver and
And it's just you and Chris?
It was just me and my sister actually.
Oh, your sister. Okay.
And instead of it being like it was just like a day of like different speakers and poets and artists and just like different organizations talking about their causes on basically the whole message was just unity and
That's awesome.
bringing people together and peace and love, and it was just a really awesome day, and it was not what I was expecting to be doing in Denver, but I'm kind of glad that it was just like spent like listening and learning and hearing people's stories, and it was actually a really beautiful experience.
That's awesome.
And I'm really glad I went. And
there
I
you
think
go.
they're doing another one this week, so
You might go again?
if anyone's watching this right now and if you're in Denver, check out Civic Center Park.
All right.
But yeah, so that was sweet. And then but then I didn't get back till like almost midnight. And then yesterday, me and Shay got to go horseback riding.
That's true. That was pretty magical.
Yeah.
I felt like a little princess.
That's something me and Shay have been trying to do for like fucking 5 years,
for a while.
probably.
Yeah. It was
And
fun.
it finally happened.
It was up in Red Feather.
It was
and
a magical
nice.
day. Yeah.
You had like a magical little experience because you had your little
did.
horse was like winning at other winning, whining,
Whinnying?
winning something.
Yeah, so we were we were paused for a second, and there was this other group like riding by on their horses, and apparently my horse Annie's boyfriend was in the other group. His name was Remy. Apparently, we got all the gossip about the horses.
They were pretty. Yeah.
So the other group went by, and my horse like did not want to go with my group that we were supposed to go with. She wanted to go with Remy, her boyfriend. But then I was like, "No, girl, we are going this way."
But she was calling to him.
Like they were calling back and forth to each other. Like my horse
cute.
would whinny to him really loud, and then you would hear him in the background. And then like seriously for like 4 or 5 minutes, I felt like they would whinny back and forth to each other, and like you could
stop
barely even hear him.
Behind, and she would do it.
Yeah, she would like stop and look for him, and her ears would just like be like, "Where you at, girl? Where you at, boy?"
Yeah, she could be a girl.
That's what her ears looked like.
Yep, just like that.
You're not listening. You can't see me on the podcast.
Nope, but they can see right there. It's all good.
But yeah, so that was fucking amazing.
It was just magical.
And then our horses were like rivals. Like
they were.
They kept trying to like get ahead of each other.
They were the two main bitches.
They did
for
not
sure.
like each other. Yeah,
no,
they were probably fighting over Remy.
They probably were.
The
but
horse.
I think Annie was winning.
Annie won.
She did. She got her gun and she won.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that was that.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to share about your week?
No, I think that was it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, y'all.
What are you talking about? You're talking about nostalgia?
We forgot to even tell you guys.
Yeah.
So yes, we actually didn't roll the same thing this week.
I know, it's like a miracle.
I know. I rolled nostalgia / pop culture.
I will say though, and I rolled science.
Your favorite?
My favorite. My book report this week.
Screamed that.
It's all good. But I will say that last week we released our episode, which was about Lori Vallows, the cult that wasn't a cult.
Oh, yes.
And those the poor they found which I'm sure everyone knows now, that they did find their bones in Chad Daybell's yard.
That's the crazy leader guy's yard,
so
right?
At least the grandparents, at least, you know, I think they all thought that they were thrown into a freaking geyser, which was super sad.
They must be still in Yellowstone, right?
They probably are just there, just selling peanuts.
No, you guys fucking are crazy and killed the children.
So it was sad that I actually said, like, on the episode, just like that they were missing, but they're not missing anymore, sadly. But I'm sure everyone knows that now.
And they were in his fucking yard.
You just don't go out to the yard.
You gotta dig up the fucking yards. If we've learned anything, you dig up the yards.
Yep. Or you
#, find Kristen D. Smart.
Oh, that's true. I was just gonna say, like, never mind. It doesn't matter. Anyway, so what you were... Never mind. I'm just gonna shut up. Okay.
Well,
that was our only thing.
Shall we get into this? Because this is... So usually we record, like, at 10 in the morning. It is almost 10 at night.
It is past both of our bedtime.
I literally fell asleep on the couch at 8:30-ish. So,
well, let's go on with the ish and continue with 30-ish.
It's time to get into this bish. Your ass hurts.
It does. We're also recording.
Hey,
dude. Just a
Speaking
little
of nostalgia,
sore.
do you remember that show? I think we've talked about this probably.
Like Hey Dude. Yeah, I think I remember.
Dude Ranch.
I don't think I ever really watched it though. It was like I didn't watch that one, and I never watched Salute Your Shorts.
Camp wanna, we hold you in our hearts, and when we think about you, it makes me wanna fart. I don't think that's a tune, but
it does. No, you're right on it.
It makes me wanna fart.
Yep.
Camp wanna live, wanna bing, wanna hey.
So I hope we never part in it. Get it right or pay the price. I remember the theme song.
Jingle?
I just never watched it. Anyway,
little jangle.
Yes.
Little jingly.
Yep, exactly.
All right, are you ready for this?
Oh, I'm ready.
Okay, guys. Hi, this is Bree here.
Because if you couldn't tell,
I'm first when
always.
we talk, because you know that.
In case you have forgotten.
So today I rolled nostalgia, like we've discussed, and I'm talking about our favorite celebrity rumors we forgot weren't true.
Oh, sorry, that's me. Oh my god, that's amazing. Sorry. I spaced out.
Fuck.
Sorry.
I was gonna say 90s rumors, but they're more than just the 90s rumors. But it's mostly from the 90s rumors.
Yes, I'm so sorry.
Shay didn't give a fuck about my topic. It's fine, guys.
Watching my cat's
I was waiting for your
tail.
applause.
Yep.
She was watching her cat's tail. It's fine. Buddha's out again.
It's true.
Buddha loves me now. She
does. She trusts you.
Cool. She
Anyway.
trusts me. So insert the song "Rumors" by Lindsay Lohan. I'm sick of rumors starting and hesitating about me.
I have a funny story about that.
Oh my god, please, yes.
Okay, so
Please.
you're going to talk about that song?
No, I just forgot about that song and how horribly nostalgic it
was
is. And so I had to sing it to you
bad.
so you guys can go listen to it on Spotify.
I wonder if, and give it another like 4 or 5 plays. I wonder if where those pictures are. So that's a really weird thing to say. But
Oh,
no,
those
so
pictures that
I did for a couple of years when I was still in Texas. I went to Texas State University and I was majoring in the theater. And I had an acting class with it doesn't matter. I just think it's hilariously adorable. With the did you ever watch The Nanny?
yeah.
So Laura Dern, who was the what was her name? Was it Cecile? The woman that was the
sister or the
one that
lady?
always like loved Mr. Sheffield.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So she was teaching an acting class, and so she's a Texas native, so she was my acting coach, I guess.
What?
Yeah, for like 2 semesters.
Mr. Sheffield?
Mr. Sheffield. Yeah, but that's Fran. But anyway,
I know. I don't know any other lines from that show.
that's fair. Oh God, it's like Janice but on steroids. But anyway, so she was teaching that class, and so which everybody wanted to take it. So we did what was it? It was like some weird exercise where you had to act out a song, and I picked Lindsay Lohan's "Rumors," and so I got all dressed up, and I like put on mascara, but then I like wet it down, so it was like I lip synced the whole song, and I was like stumbling around because that was like my choice to like stumble around and like pretend I was like on crack and everything else. It was my God. I don't even remember what.
Do you have a video of this?
She taped all of them, but I don't know if I had the video of it.
Shay, could you email
Laura Dern? I don't think so.
Is that her name?
Yeah, her name's Laura Dern. Professor Laura Dern.
Wait.
What?
Isn't Laura Dern also the name of the lady from Jurassic Park?
I'm gonna check that really quick. No.
Who's that?
I'm pretty sure.
Was Laura Dern your fucking teacher?
No, it wasn't the lady from Jurassic Park. It was.
Oh,
you know what? It's Lauren Dern.
Lauren. Oh, okay. Because I'm
right.
talking about Laura Dern
Laura
actually
Dern,
for a second.
You are correct. But Lauren Dern, I think it was. Watch her name not be that at all, and I'm a fucking asshole.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm glad you said it. Can you imagine? She's like, I never taught. I never.
She is listening to us.
Never taught at Texas State University. Such a fucking asshole. Does this smell like coffee in here?
Are you having a stroke?
That's toast. When you smell toast.
Is it?
Yes. Okay, you're the second person. Like, I had somebody at my old workplace that was talking about, like, when I said, like, someone was like, it smells like burnt toast. I'm like, are you having a stroke? And they're like,
never heard that.
Why would that matter? I was like, you've never heard of that? And they're like, no. And I was like, okay, well, that's cool. Whatever. Hope your family dies. That's
Great.
cool.
I just smelled toast.
Sorry. I have to figure out what her name is because now I'm a fucking asshole. I'm looking it up.
Just Google Laura Dern.
It's not it because all that comes up is the Jurassic lady person. Jurassic Park.
The
Laura
nanny.
Lane. My bad. There was a lot of L's. I got confused. I'm only an actress. Never mind. It doesn't matter.
Fine. Anyway, I'm glad I caught you on your fucking rumor lie.
Lauren Lane. But she was really awesome. She was an amazing teacher and professor. So anyway, so
That's
that
dope.
was a long whatever, but yeah, I did a rendition of Rumors by Lindsay Lohan, and I have the pictures. I just don't know where they are. I'll have to find them. I thought that she recorded
pictures?
Oh, pictures of me in my outfit. Anyway, go on.
Okay, so moving on, rumors, our favorite celebrity rumors that we forgot weren't true. So listen up. Number one, we're going to start off with Mr. Marilyn Manson. He has a few rumors about him.
He's got a shit ton of rumors.
And my favorite one, I'm sure you all remember this rumor about Mr. Marilyn Manson. And I don't know if you actually knew if it was true or not. So, the rumor, of course, is that Marilyn Manson removed some of his ribs so he could give himself a blowjob.
I mean...
You think that's true? He didn't do it.
Are you sure?
I don't know, but
Because you're
the
giving him
rumor
blowjobs?
actually was that him and his bandmates also removed their lower ribs so they could S their own D's.
Oh, so they could all do it together like a
Maybe
circle?
like a circle
like
suck.
a weird circle suck, but like a circle jerk?
But like self-quarantine circle suck.
Yeah, but you just want to have your buddy right there by you?
Much safer.
Yeah, you're just like, I just want to be able to FaceTime and suck off with you together, Jim.
Just like, could you like
What the fuck am I
if you
talking
could
about?
suck your own dick, would you? Like, is that something someone would?
I feel like our four male
you, like, be
listeners
like-
in unison was like, yes, absolutely.
Okay, I
Yes.
guess that's right.
I mean, I can't really, as ladies, I don't really think we have anything to compare it to, so
I wouldn't lick my own vagina.
I sure wouldn't. I don't know.
I mean, we probably could. Sure, we could.
I don't know.
Never
That's-
tried. Anyways, so moving on. In an interview for Q magazine, a fan named Keith Rathbone popped the question to Mr. Marilyn Manson, and he said, "For years it was rumored that you had a rib removed to achieve self-fellatio. Obviously that's nonsense, but have you ever tried to suck your own cock?" Unfortunately, Mason kept his lips zipped on whether or not he's done this, but he says instead, "Wow, does Keith get money if I answer this? No comment. Keith, you cunt." And so he never really answered the question. So really,
What?
anyways,
Oh my.
no, he didn't. He was just,
That's
there's
a
no way
thinker.
that he, but he could have.
I could have. Hey.
They cover up a lot of shit.
Brianna, reach for the stars.
You're right. So
Never say never.
that was probably my favorite movie of the 90s.
Never. Say
Moving on
never.
to another Marilyn Manson. Oh, also before we move on, I also was like, I don't even know Marilyn Manson's real name. Do you know his real name?
Andrew.
No. Guess
Bartholomew.
again. Close.
Really?
Brian Hugh Warner.
Brian.
And he was born in 1969 in Canton, Ohio.
Fucking. Of course he was born in 1969.
He's 41.
God.
Fast math.
What does he do? Fast math when I write it down.
Yeah, exactly. Shut up. They weren't supposed to know.
Oh my God. Just from my eyeballs reading that little whatever. Anyway, okay,
next.
nice. Okay, next.
Next, there was a rumor that Marilyn Manson was on the Wonder Years. Did you ever hear about that?
No, like in the background?
No. There was a huge rumor that before launching into his music and mayhem career, Marilyn Manson played Kevin Arnold's sidekick, but geeky, lovable Paul Pfeiffer on the Wonder Years. Because I guess they kind of looked alike.
And so
Not true.
they were, I was like going to say, like, couldn't they just like go to the Pfeiffer's house and be like, "Are you Marilyn Manson?" He's like, no, man, but like I'm eating these Cheerios in like fucking Coca-Cola, so do you want to come join me?
I mean, that's how it could have gone.
Could have gone that way.
But Kevin's friend, Kevin was actually played by a boy named Josh Saviano. Said the first time someone
Very
asked
different.
him about whether or not someone emailed him in 1996, like a fan email,
Okay.
asking him if he was Marilyn Manson. And he said,
He's like,
no,
no.
I'm not.
And they're like, you're a fucking
They're like,
liar.
God damn it.
Fucking Brian?
Also a little, another little side note about, rock stars maybe being on little kid shows. There's also a rumor going around that Alice Cooper played Eddie Haskell on Leave It to Beaver. Again, that's not true either. So it's like a weird little...
Alice Cooper?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a weird little fantasy rumor, like one of those like, oh, well, we just want them to be pure and pristine, and then they just turn into these evil rock gods,
gotcha,
you know?
Gotcha.
That kind of thing.
I see what you're saying.
So the next Marilyn Manson rumor, we're taking it back.
Damn, there's a lot.
I know, he had a lot. I mean, he was a weird dude. There's probably a lot, and he was very secretive. Like, you don't, like... What the fuck what did he do?
He was pretty secretive, but like still he just like, you're like, man, I feel like I'm inside his head when I'm in this Hot Topic that's owned probably by Claire's, but it doesn't matter.
Or Afterthoughts.
What was Afterthoughts?
That was like a fake Claire's. That was probably like only in
like,
California.
Is that a California thing? Like
maybe. What was the other one? It was Claire's and there's another one.
Oh, there was icing. Do you remember icing?
That
it was
like fancier.
It was fancier, and it was like for like the edgier, like not baby. Like there wasn't
not
as
the babies.
There wasn't like as much like Hello Kitty.
It wasn't
stuff.
as tweeny.
It wasn't as like it was a little bit more like, look at these lightning bolts that are different colors. Like, it was super intense.
Oh yeah. But they also had lots of ice. Fake
ice,
baby. Okay, so we're taking this one back, this Marilyn Manson rumor back to chain emails. You remember fucking chain emails?
Fuck. I still get chain emails. No, I don't. I get like fucking spam.
Where you would like get threatened, like if you
like,
don't
if you
send
don't
this
do
Bloody
it,
Mary's
your
gonna attack
baby
you
brother
at night.
that isn't even born yet is gonna die.
I know.
You're like, what the fuck?
Your crush will talk to you tomorrow if you send this to 16 of your friends.
100%. And you're like, God damn it!
I have to say yes because if he doesn't talk to me, it's because I didn't send the goddamn email.
I just want to play MASH with him one time.
Oh my god, yeah. So chain emails. Here we go. Okay. So
that's a good one.
Here is one such email that was a mass email sent out apparently in around 90. I guess it was in 99.
Okay.
So I don't know. This was just like, anyways. Today is March 30th, 1999, and today I heard about something that has to stop. You all know of the sick person named Marilyn Manson.
Oh my god.
I know someone who went to one of his concerts.
Concert.
It's
been a minute. I haven't gotten to one.
Shh. Okay. He is abusing animals. He threw several puppies into the crowd before his show, and then he told the crowd that he would not start the show until the pups were killed. So, in conclusion, several puppies are killed at each Marilyn Manson concert.
Wait a minute. Stop. It says in there, in conclusion.
That's what this is the excerpt of the email.
So sorry, but go on.
If people realize what this sick man is doing, then less people will go to his concerts, and then nobody comes. He can't kill any more puppies. So please, by sending this, you are saving the lives of puppies. And let me just tell you, if you don't send this, you are a self-centered loser.
It does not say that.
This must be not a real one.
That would be.
Anyways, there was a rumor that he was throwing fake puppies around and making him kill you. And you were talking about
I was like,
kill him.
Was that Ozzy Osbourne? I didn't know if that was Ozzy Osbourne. That was like, I also heard like a rumor like he ate like heads off of bats before he would start shows.
Talk about that. Yeah, so there's actually nothing new about that rumor because it was also rumored that Ozzy Osbourne would do that,
right?
And that Alice Cooper would do that too,
right? God, the day.
So it's been around for that little rumor has been around for years, and so Ozzy doesn't do that with puppies, but there was an instance. It was only one instance where Ozzy Osbourne on January 20th, 1982, he infamously bit the head off of a live bat on stage in Des Moines, Iowa, during his Diary of a Madman tour. After a fan threw the animal at Osbourne's feet.
Hashtag coronavirus.
He picked the bat up, and as he wrote in his book, I Am Ozzy, he said, this is perfect, pure Ozzy. Immediately, though, something felt wrong. I'm not going to do it. Something felt wrong. Very wrong. For a start, my mouth was instantly full of this warm, gloopy liquid with the worst aftertaste you could ever imagine.
I could
feel it staining my teeth and running down my chin. Then the head in my mouth twitched. Oh, fuck me, I thought. I didn't just go and eat a fucking bat, did I? And that's enough
actually
Ozzy.
from his book?
That's from his book.
Like, so
I
he
Am
actually
Ozzy.
did it?
He literally did that. And he and I think it was last year.
Oh my
Or
God.
I don't know, on one of the anniversaries he does it, or like on the anniversary he does it with like a plush toy now. But
Hashtag
January 20th.
coronavirus, man. Right there.
There it is.
People eating bats.
That's where it started.
Ozzy did it first. Ozzy
in
did it first.
1982. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about that.
It wasn't one of them farm raised bats, so it didn't have no diseases.
Oh no, it was a real wild one. Yeah, so yeah, there was a rumor that Ozzy Osbourne had done it, and there's also a rumor, I guess the Alice Cooper rumor is that he tossed a bag full of kittens to his fans, instructing them to tear them apart before the show could go on.
No.
That never happened. It's like people are just so bored.
But little kitties.
And none of those are true.
No, well, they better not.
All right, one more Marilyn rumor and we'll move on.
Okay.
I don't know if you heard this, but he was rumored to have been, he used to go to church and he would get bullied at church, and then because he would get bullied there, he became Marilyn Manson, the Satan's son or something like that.
And then that really wasn't
That's not
true.
true. No, it wasn't. He was
Damn.
No, he just went to a Christian school where he didn't really fit in, and all the teachers told all the kids that they were going to hell all the time, and he didn't like it, and he just talks about how he would zone off into his own little world after school, and then that's how he became himself.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, little Marilyn.
Oh, Marilyn Manson. Oh, Marilyn Manson.
Yeah. So, moving on. Here we go. Angelina Jolie and Billy Bob Thornton wore vials of blood around their necks while they were married.
I remember that.
They actually did not. But the truth might be a little weirder. So let's move on.
They totally did.
They didn't.
All right.
They didn't wear vials of blood.
Okay, so what did they wear?
So, also just a little side note, I was Googling if people do that a lot. Who the fuck wears vials of blood besides vampires?
I saw it.
And apparently, back in the fucking day, a part of old marriage transactions sometimes was you would drink each other's blood. So,
what?
Austin, are you going to do that at your ceremony or what?
Please do it.
Just kidding. I know that'll never happen.
That's why we drink green Kool-Aid for the blood of Christ, not green Kool-Aid, grape Kool-Aid.
That's why we Lutherans drink
grape Kool-Aid. Mm-hmm. Not green.
Okay, so Angelina and Bob were weirdly married for 3 years.
Yeah, remember that.
Were fucking weird.
They were weird. They were
He's actually been married 6 times and was dating Laura Dern before marrying Jolie in 2000, and I don't even know why I even put that, but I did for you because
Hashtag
I knew.
Lauren Lane. Because we're relevant as fuck, and somehow you just have that ESPN.
We just know. Jolie's only been married 3 times, just so you know. Brad Pitt, Billy Bob, and Mr. Johnny Lee Miller from Hackers.
Oh yeah, she was a good match with him. They were cute together.
Yeah, I don't fucking know who that is.
He was in Hackers.
I know. I've never seen that, and Chris yells at me all the time.
Does
I've never
he really?
seen that movie. No, he doesn't, but
I saw it one time and I was like,
he
meh.
yelled at me one time. He's like, "You've never seen Hackers?" Basically, he just did what you did.
It was just like a whatever. Anyway, go on. You ain't
So,
missing much.
In a 2018 interview with an insider, so basically they didn't wear vials. They wore lockets of their blood smears around their necks. They wore lockets with blood smeared in them around their necks.
I mean, is
instead
that
of
not
vials of blood.
splitting hairs at that point?
Exactly,
though?
but listen to Billy Bob. He was very
He's like
distraught. The necklaces were a very simple thing. Hey, let's poke our fingers with a pen and smear a little blood on there, and when we're away from each other, we'll wear the necklace, he said. It was that easy, but by the time it came out in the press, it sounded like we were wearing a bucket of blood around our necks.
Okay,
It's like,
because
okay, Billy
you
Bob,
were. I remember seeing
You're a little
it.
pissed off.
I was looking at it and I was like, "That's a fucking." Okay, you keep talking. I'm gonna find this picture.
But then in another interview, he, before that last interview, I think it was a couple years earlier, he said, that Jolie had gotten clear lockets for them, and she thought it would be interesting and romantic if we took a little razor blade and sliced our fingers, smeared a little blood on these lockets, and you wear it around your neck just like you wear your son or daughter's baby hair in one.
Yeah,
he
that's
said.
the same.
Yeah, that's not the same, Billy Bob Thornton.
No, that's not
Or
the same at all.
Angelina.
What are you doing?
He basically was like, everything was over exaggerated, which not completely. Vials are small,
I guess
not buckets.
I guess to be fair though, like it does, looking at it now, it's not as dramatic as I remembered it being. So
Picture of them?
to be fair, yeah, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought that there was a picture of them with vials too.
I swear to God, that's what I thought. Like there was like a
Like
little
the Mandela effect.
right? Like it was like a little. It's exactly what that is, and it's like I remember them like it looked like a little vial of like their now that looking at the picture, I'm like, oh, it's not. But
Yeah,
it
weird.
wasn't blinded by the whatever. But
I know.
Anyway, all right, fine, fair, whatever.
All right, moving on.
Moving on.
Do you have your handy dandy notebook, Shay? Because we're talking about Steve from motherfucking Blue's Clues.
There was a lot of rumors about Steve.
Poor guy had a lot of motherfucking rumors flying around
He did.
after he left Blue. After he went off to college.
Yeah, he
On
just wanted
Blue's
to.
Clues.
He just wanted to solve some mysteries.
He did.
That's all he wanted.
But
G-rated
honestly,
mysteries.
he's a pretty normal fucking straightforward dude.
Okay.
But there were plenty of rumors to
I remember the big rumor.
make you think otherwise.
I remember the big
Yeah.
rumor that he committed suicide.
Yeah, there was a rumor that he
Yeah,
committed
'cause
suicide.
He was gay.
There was rumors that he was gay. I mean, he might be gay. I don't know.
No, but there was rumors that he committed suicide because he was gay.
Oh.
And it was like, oh, that's crazy.
Oh. I didn't.
Anyway,
That's not true either.
yeah.
So,
No.
yeah, like I said, all his rumors started circulating after he left Blue's Clues because he was on the show for like fucking ever and he was like old.
Yeah.
So he needed to leave. So I don't know if you've heard, but he's died in a few different ways.
Yes.
So we've already talked about a few. He's also died from a heroin overdose. He's perished in a car crash.
Didn't hear that one.
There was also even a rumor that he was eaten by a carnivorous plant. Okay,
I did
whoever
not
believed
hear
that?
that one, but that's amazing.
He even had to go on the Rosie O'Donnell show to tell people he didn't die.
I'm not dead if you can't tell by me sitting in this chair.
Yeah, and then also him and the co-creator of Blue's Clues went on the Today Show because they had to convince kids that Steve didn't die and shit.
Jesus. He's
Yeah,
like,
they-
I just
yeah.
didn't want to like talk to nobody anymore. I was very lonely.
Yeah, so let me tell you, there's a few reasons he left the show. First of all, he was getting old. He was 29 when he left.
Right.
So-
Because he was supposed to be like, how old was he supposed to be? in
He
the
was
show?
like leaving for college, so like 18.
Oh. He's like, I'm going to college now. Yeah, no. Okay. Oh, in the show he was leaving for. I didn't follow the
Yes,
Blue's
yeah,
Clues
yeah.
storyline, so I apologize.
You didn't get my clues?
I didn't get your clues. Yep, I didn't.
Anyway,
that's actually a pretty good Blue.
Thanks, I was
I
cracking
actually
my
didn't.
voice a little bit.
I actually didn't know that Blue was a boy until. Or, I'm sorry, a girl until like the longest time. I thought
Till
Blue was a boy.
Magenta came along. Do you remember
Magenta? I forgot about Magenta.
Girlfriend, little salt and pepper shaker.
Wait, was he- so wait, he wasn't-
their kid.
I thought. Oh yeah, I forgot. Salt and Pepper. Yeah.
Loved Blue's Clues. I was too old to love Blue's Clues.
It's okay. I liked Bear the Big Blue House longer
yeah.
than my time. And like I told you, like I was into Barney and I wanted to be part of the club. And my sister was like, I don't even want to be part of this club. And
There was a rumor about, there's a lot of rumors about Barney, but I can talk about those in a second.
okay.
Um,
I'm excited about those rumors. What
well,
the fuck?
I didn't even write those down, but I'll tell you some of them.
Okay.
So Steve also revealed that one of the main reasons he left the show was because he was going bald and he didn't want that to happen on national television in front of his young fans.
I do remember that one.
He says in an interview on a Nick Jr.
funny.
special, it was like called Behind the Clues 10 Years with Blue. He says, I knew I wasn't going to be doing children's television my whole life, mostly because I refused to lose my hair on a kid's TV show. It was happening fast, he said. Also, his name is Steve Burns. I don't think I said that, just so you know.
Okay.
Also, there was a rumor that he went off to start his music career. And there
Ooh.
was I saw on one website that wasn't true, but it actually fucking was true. And let me fucking talk to you about how dope Steve Burns is and his little music career.
Yeah.
So
That's
Burns,
amazing.
so first he worked on material for his first album called Songs for Dust Mites for 2.5 years. Yeah, Songs for Dust Mites.
Okay.
He started to work on the album after he left Blue's Clues, and it was released in 2003. He
Okay.
posted 11 songs on his webpage and then realized he needed help with drums and arrangements.
No shit.
So he went to Steven Drozd, I don't know if that's how you say his name, of the Flaming Lips for advice.
Okay.
And then Drozd assisted Burns with 6 tracks. Flaming Lips bassist Michael Ivins engineered the album, and longtime Flaming Lips producer David Friedman produced it. And the fuck, like, Steve, I think that was cool that he, like, worked with the Flaming Lips on his album.
don't
Like, damn.
have any words for that. Okay.
Also, one of the songs from his album called Mighty Little Man is used for the opening theme song for the CBS series Young Shelton.
Oh.
Okay.
Shit.
Good job, Steve. And literally, he seems like the most normal motherfucking dude.
Right.
Just kind of nerdy and nice.
Right. That's awesome.
Just white and nerdy.
White and nerdy.
All right, next rumor.
Right.
Moving on to Richard Gere. Do you know about this one?
I don't think I do.
Oh, it's a special one.
Okay.
So there's a little backstory in my life about this story because I didn't even know about this rumor until probably like 3 weeks ago when I was listening to some 90s rap and I forget the fucking rapper that was on, but there was a lyric in the song that was talking about how Richard Gere liked gerbils in his asshole. And I was like, what the fuck kind of...
I do remember this
What
rumor.
kind of
yes.
rap lyric? Why would a
Yes.
rapper want to talk about Richard Gere?
Yes.
And why would they talk about him having a hamster in his asshole or something?
I do remember this. This was
So
a
then,
bad rumor.
yeah. So then, like, I watched a new show and they mentioned something about it. Like like a couple days later, and then I was watching another show and they mentioned it and I was like, what is this fucking rumor?
I love it.
The rumor goes, he apparently built a series of tubes to allow a gerbil to crawl up into his butthole, and then he had to be taken to the hospital to get it removed. And then another part of the rumor is that Sylvester Stallone started the rumor. So there's like incestuous rumors inside rumors.
Oh my god.
So here it goes.
I forgot about
it
that
was
one.
very like it's very specific too. So Richard Gere was admitted to Cedars Sinai Hospital in California for an emergency gerbilectomy, if you will.
I was like gonna say like.
Apparently, doctors spent frantic hours removing the foreign object from the actor's rectum, which turned out to be a gerbil inserted with erotic intent. The poor animal was said to be placed inside a condom, inserted via a cardboard tube, then in its death spasms provided the recipient with jolts of prostate tickling. That was via MTV.
Prostate.
Thanks, MTV.
Tickling.
Yeah.
Okay.
And apparently, so this is supposedly, it's a rumored sexual practice. Gerbiling, it's called.
Gerbling. Got it.
But it's really only seemed to be rumor, but I'm sure people have fucking done this. There's no doubt in my mind they have.
Well, that's like, what was it? It was who was South Park that did that. Mm-hmm. They did the whole thing. It was like the adventures of, what was it? It was the adventures of a gerbil named something, and I don't remember what it was, and it was like the gerbil that went up somebody's ass, and
Yeah,
it was
Richard Gere's.
Mr. Skin, Mr. whatever. I can't remember what it was.
I don't watch
Mr. Slave. It was Mr. Slave, and he had a gerbil up his ass, and it was a whole thing.
Oh, perfect.
Yep. So that's where that's from. Yep.
So the whole Sylvester Stallone link to all this is that supposedly Sylvester Stallone had Richard Gere fired from one of their earlier pictures that they were together, and apparently because of that, Richard Gere really disliked Sylvester Stallone. He had said that he just never really liked him, and Sylvester Stallone said that he even thinks that Sylvester started that rumor, and Sylvester Stallone said it's not true, but who knows. Okay, just to know.
It's a rumor. That's a rumor. That's a rumor.
So here we go, bringing it back to the 80s now. where Rod Stewart had his stomach pumped to remove semen after orally servicing a bunch of sailors.
Oh my God.
Do you remember that one?
I don't at all.
Maybe he thought it would be the key to being forever young. You know that song?
Oh, I remember that
That's
song.
his song.
Oh.
Did you get it? Did you guys get that? I hope so.
I've
It
heard
was
a lot
supposed
of weird rumors about being forever young, but that's not one of them.
Well, here we go. So Stewart talked about the tale in an interview with Katie Couric, who proved she really will ask anything and she's annoying. Anyways, I mean, what? I love Katie Couric. So Stewart had his publicist share a room with his wife's 7-year-old son because a hotel was overbooked.
Okay.
Yeah, so what a dick. Like, you're gonna stay with my publicist so I can fuck your mom. Sweet. Okay, bye. See ya. Wink, wink. Okay, here we go.
Earmuffs.
So, the publicist at the time
Jesus
had
Christ.
met a man at the bar that night and brought him back to the room that the 7-year-old son was staying in. And Rod Stewart decided to fire him the next day, naturally. But the publicist's revenge, Stewart said, was absolutely inspired, and it was this rumor.
Okay.
So, Stewart says he fed the press a story in which a consequence of an evening spent orally servicing a gang of sailors in a gay bar in San Diego, I had been required to check into a hospital emergency room to have my stomach pumped, Stewart
Because
wrote.
of all the semen.
And
It's
then,
just extra protein.
exactly, you'll be fine.
That's dumb.
He also wrote, I have never orally pleasured even a solitary sailor, let alone a ship's worth in one evening, and I have never had my stomach pumped, either of naval issue semen or of any other kind of semen. You're funny, Rod Stewart.
Dude, whoever his publicist is amazing. That's hilarious.
Yeah,
Can you be
that's
like,
amazing.
so what are you doing today? Well, I came and got my coffee, and then I had to write up a fucking 10-page report how my client did not service a gaggle of fucking naval men. Like, what the
Navalman.
fuck? Jesus.
So I don't know if you remember a similar story about Lil' Kim.
I remember, like, there was a lot of fucking rumors that went around with Little Kim because they were like, she's a fucking slut.
Yeah, so this one was that Lil' Kim passed out on stage. She was subsequently taken to the hospital where she had her stomach pumped, and the doctors siphoned enough semen out of her stomach to fill a pint glass.
Jesus Christ.
That's not true.
Who are these people?
Also, just so you know, this story has been given to a couple other people, including Elton John, David Bowie, Mick Jagger, John Bon Jovi, Alanis Morissette, and Britney Spears, among others.
They're all minxes.
Safe to say it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Also, just so you know, I found online that it would require the jizz of at least 96 men to fill a pint glass. And if you're probably wondering whether semen is really so poisonous that you need to pump your stomach after drinking a pint of it, there's only one way to find out, guys. So if anyone wants to take that test, just let us know.
Oh my God.
Email us at 30ish@gmail.com if you need to tell us your results. Just kidding.
Hashtag challenge accepted.
Hashtag 30ish. Just kidding. This is not a 30ish challenge.
Please do not do that. Yeah.
If you do, you'll probably get in the Guinness Book of
If
World
you
Records.
do, God bless you and
God
power
bless
to
you.
you. I mean, to each their own. Different strokes for different folks.
That's
Literally.
takes a couple strokes.
I mean, a couple thousand.
Here's one about Miss Mariah Carey. Do you remember when she apparently said, when I watch TV and see those poor starving kids all over the world, I can't help but cry. I mean, I love to be skinny like that, but not with all those flies and death and stuff. Do you remember that rumor that she said some shit like that? That wasn't true. You don't? I remember that. And me and my sister were really mad at Mariah Carey.
That would have
At
been
least I was.
That would have been amazing if she had actually said that.
And it wasn't an interview that she said that, but it was a fake interview that they posted on the internet that people thought were real for a really long time. And then they had to they took it out of the interview because she got so much fucking
shit about it.
shit about it. Yeah.
And this was in the 90s. Mm-hmm. God, what a time to be
1996.
what a time to be alive though. Like, because it could actually, that rumor could have weight for a minute, but nowadays it could never. But like, just just to think, like, for a minute it could actually have weight because you have no other way of
I know you.
researching
You
if
don't.
it didn't, like, happen. So it just
You didn't.
funny.
If you read an interview, like that was it.
100%. You're like, oh, that's a reliable source. MTV.com, fucking yeah, they know what they're doing.
So Mariah Carey is a dumb bitch, but she didn't say that.
She didn't say. She's a dumb bitch, though, regardless.
Yeah. Have you not ever seen her?
Not really. I don't pay attention to Mariah Carey because I don't like her music.
What? You don't like her music?
You don't like her, so why does it matter?
I love her. She's a dumb, crazy lady. She like cries about her like closet space, and she's just like a brat.
Oh, she's a
but
brat.
I love her music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She's just a brat.
So yeah.
All right then.
That's all I got
Sweet.
for the rumors.
I like those rumors, and that is how you get rumors started, and I enjoy all those rumors.
And they're great. And now don't stick a gerbil in your asshole, and let's move on.
Okay.
Okay, Shay.
Here we go. All right. So I did my little science report, the one I love so much. If I get science again next week, I'm going to raise
You can reroll.
hail or high water. I didn't want to yell into the microphone.
Yeah, you just got science like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, because Jesus hates me. But that's fine. That's neither here nor
Well,
there.
there are no cats in America, so...
I mean, the good thing is there's no cats in America. So it's fine.
It's fine.
Okay, so currents.
Currants?
No, it's not that.
Like the raisins that are small?
Oh,
The berries?
the berries.
Oh, currents.
Currents.
Like the
not-
ocean.
Yes, like the ocean and the rivers.
This is very scientific.
It is. So currents was
Yes.
that was my first attempt at science. But I realized that it would be like a 5-second episode of me saying like currents suck, and then it would just be like
Don't
a
get caught in
giant
the riptide.
100%. It would just be like a giant PSA. So that's not what I'm doing.
I was like, oh my God.
I really started.
This is gonna be...
I really started to do it, but then I was like, okay, I wonder if I could figure out how like fast I was going down the river, and then it was like, okay, you got to take like the cubic feet per second, and then you have to multiply it by this and divide it by this, and then you have to square root. I was like, I'm not doing that, so I'm not. No.
Oh, did you find out?
But I did find out. So like it was 47 degrees when.
So we're talking about when Shay almost drowned last week?
When I was drowned, a couple weeks ago. Probably now it's like
In
2
the
weeks,
Poudre
about
River.
2 weeks ago. So it was 47 degrees that day, and they actually pulled somebody out yesterday, from the Poudre River in pretty much the exact area that I was in. So they went in where we went in, and then they were gonna pull out where we were gonna pull out. So it was in that exact area. And the water then was 50 degrees, and it was running at a rate of like 1,430 feet per, like cubic square feet per second. I don't know what that, whatever
speed that is.
It's a little, my guess is like, I want to say in my head it was 40 miles an hour, but it probably was more like 5, if that. But it was still pretty fast.
Cubic feet
Per
second.
And there's like no easy calculation that I could find, unless you can find it.
I can find it right now.
You can
Just
find
kidding.
it right now. Anyway, so found out that currents suck. Wear a life vest. Don't be stupid. Period. That would have been my science episode. The end. But turns out more of a slope makes you go faster. So yeah. Anyway.
And the rushing river.
Yes.
Rapid ice melt.
So I also figured out too,
right
because this guy had hypothermia, and I was looking up like 47 degrees. Your body,
the guy that got rescued had hypothermia?
Yeah, he had, and it was 50-degree temperature waters. Mine was 47, and I did find out like in 47 degrees, like you could probably survive for 2 hours in there. So so the reason why I couldn't swim, which I was finding out, is because all my blood was going to my core, and that's why I couldn't swim. So my freezing of my muscles was because which I thought it was because I was holding my breath, which it probably attributed to that, but it was also because I was so cold that there was no blood flow in my legs.
Oh my God.
So I mean, again, thank God I was trying to kick as much as I could, and I think if I didn't do that, I would have died for sure. Anyway,
Jesus H.
but that's not what this episode's about. So,
I thought you were gonna talk about like the fucking EAC, bruh.
no,
East Australian Current. What's up, cowabunga?
I could have, but I was like, I just again don't know how I could have made that fun.
I was
Not
like,
that
this
everything
is
has to
gonna
fun.
be a good one.
No, it'll still be a good one. So it's all good. So I'm gonna do some sciencey history for us.
Okay.
So female sciences.
Yes.
Wow, I'm doing them super.
We're talking about the vagina
super
today.
Good justices. Wow.
The vulva, if you will, because the vagina is not all encompassing.
What?
I don't know. It's something like that. What?
Okay.
Now I'm nervous because I said vagina.
You said vagina. No, this is going to be about like some female scientists who were overlooked, and some of them had their work taken credit for by men. Boom.
Hell yeah, I like this.
Right? So we're going to start with
That never happens. Oh
Ever.
wait, it happens.
ever. That's just like it's a fluke, and that's fake fucking news if it happens. Okay? Anyway.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
So, we're going to start with Alice Ball, who was a chemist. So, she was born in 1892 in Seattle, Washington. Alice Ball broke many barriers before she died at the tender age of 24.
Damn.
Yeah, she studied chemistry at the University of Hawaii, where she became the first woman and African-American to obtain, African-American woman, to obtain both her master's degree as well as a professorship at the university's chemistry department.
Whoa.
While there, Ball studied the properties of, this is a tough one, I'm probably going to butcher it, Chalmagra. So I believe it's pronounced Chalmagra oil, which was a promising treatment for leprosy at the time, but difficult to use due to its chemical makeup. At the time, a diagnosis of leprosy resulted in pretty much being ostracized and often death in isolation in a colony. Kind of like Corona, but it's fine. It's not like Corona, but you know what I mean. Like just being kind of in a weird quarantine and you're just sad.
Tuberculosis ward.
Yeah, kind of like that, which is super. And they didn't know what to do with you. So Ball developed an injectable from, let's see wait, how do I write this? So Ball developed an injectable from active ingredients, like isolated active ingredients, rendering a more effective treatment. But she died from an unknown illness. When
she was 24?
Yeah, just crazy, right? So before she could publish her findings, she passed away. In 1917.
So they don't know how she died.
This is what it said. So a 1917 Pacific commercial advertiser article suggested that the cause may have been chlorine poisoning due to exposure from while teaching in the laboratory. So just when she was doing her experiments, they think that it might have essentially killed her, like her lungs were on fire. But her death was officially ruled as death by tuberculosis. So, another scientist, right? So it's just like, she's fine, just throw her on the cart. It doesn't matter. So another scientist, Arthur L. Dean, a chemist and later the president of the University of Hawaii, branched off her work, published the findings, and took credit for all of her work.
Well, what a
delightful lad, right?
Great thing to do.
So it took close to 90 years after Ball's death that the University of Hawaii would officially acknowledge her scientific contributions and declare February 29th as Alice Ball Day. So 90 years it took for her to get like her credits.
I guess we can give you credit now that it's been 90
she died
fucking
at 20
years.
fucking 4. Poor baby.
Sad, I know.
And she was fucking smart.
Yes, she was.
At 24, I was like, I was like on my fucking umpteenth degree, like school, because I couldn't fucking find myself. And she's like, I'm just gonna like fucking heal leprosy. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, definitely not doing that at 24.
So, moving on. Maria Marian. She's an etymologist and scientific illustrator. So we're taking it way back. Born in Germany in 1647.
Oh, hell yeah, girl.
She was a naturalist. She had an unusual interest in insects, specifically butterflies, which were considered an unworthy and repulsive subject to study at the time.
What?
Right? And, like, honestly, sometimes I kind of wonder whoever, like, if there's, like, some bias that comes in when whoever writes these stories, like, repulsive? Like, really? Like, that's what they thought? Like, it was like, they're like, I just think sometimes it's like and it kind of makes the reader influence, like, yeah, that's fucking foul. Like, insects, yuck! Like, that's gross. Anyway, because I just think that just repulsive is a little strong of a word, but who knows? Maybe
they thought they were at that time.
Maybe they did. So, anyway,
And
Marian observed and took like a shit ton of notes on like insects' life cycle by observing them directly. Despite her significant discoveries about insect metamorphosis, her findings were dismissed by scientists largely due to the fact she wrote in German rather than Latin, which was the designated language of science. So, because she wrote in like a different language. So like you hear Europeans like know like far more languages than like Americans, right? But like, can you imagine if like you don't, like if you had the secrets, I'm trying to like just think of an example. Like if you had the secrets of like the afterlife and you spoke a different language than like if you spoke Chinese but it was like the Americans like, ooh, sorry, like if you don't really speak English, they don't really count. And you're like, but no, I have the secrets. Like I have all the secrets.
It doesn't.
And like you're talking to me right now and you can understand me because you're speaking Chinese and you know how to speak Chinese. But because I can't write in English, you're telling me like it doesn't matter. And they're like, yeah. Doesn't matter.
We can't get anyone to translate that. Moving on.
Sorry, moving on. Like I can hear you, but like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Go tell somebody who cares.
I mean, they could translate that shit back then. Like,
yeah, so it's like, you know, you can give that to me. Like they're like, oh yeah, no, give me your notes. And they like crumple it up in front of them, and you're like, that goes in the trash. That's where that shit
just
goes.
Throw it in the trash.
I don't even know what to do with that. Like I'm just gonna throw that right in the trash. It's fine. It's
poor
whatever.
Madam.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Her name was
Marian.
Maria Marian. I could be pronouncing that wrong, so I apologize if I am.
You're not.
Anyway, so yeah. So she also surprised many in the scientific community when in 1699 she traveled to South America to observe, record, and illustrate insects and plants that had never been seen before.
Sweet.
Years later, she would go to publish the Metamorphos Insectorium. Oh, I'm not even going to pronounce that last one, because I just sound like I'm saying something out of like a fucking Harry Potter book. And it was based on her
Gryffindor,
right? Based on like her like a Spectro Patronum or something like that. Like based on her unofficial expedition. Her scientific discoveries and paintings of the natural world would make her one of the leading etymologists and scientific illustrators of all of her lifetime, and her classifications are still used today. So when you see all of those really pretty beautiful paintings of like those insect charts, that's her. And she's still used, and like, you know, you've seen them in every like fucking hipster coffee shop or hipster fucking dorm room.
I want some in my house.
Well, there you go. That's
Bitch.
her. That's fucking her.
I want the plants.
That's her. Hipster insects. That's her calling. So moving on. So Mary Anning. Maybe Anning. No, Anning. We're gonna go with Anning. So fossil hunter and paleontologist.
Fossil hunter?
She was a fossil. That's what she called herself. Like she called herself a fossil hunter, and she's a paleontologist, which in all honesty is a fossil hunter. Born in England in 1799, Mary Anning, or Anning, however you want to pronounce it, became a fossil hunter in her youth to help bring an income for her family. At the age of 12, she discovered...
What?
Right? So she discovered several fossils on the cliffs of her native, like, Dorset. It's in England. Do you know what I'm talking... Like, yeah, I'm trying to, like, pronounce that all. I'm probably butchering these names, so I apologize. That would change the course of the science. She unearthed a fossil of an ichthyosaur and two paleosaur, I might be saying those wrong, skeletons. Her observations of these prehistoric animals would change the way scientists approach the origins of natural history. In fact, her work would lay the foundation of Charles Darwin's theory of evolution.
Damn, girl!
Right? So many scientists throughout Europe and America would seek her consultation in matters of prehistoric anatomy and fossils, but because she had a vagina, she was neither allowed to pursue a career in science nor eligible to join the Geological Society of London.
Oh, sweet.
So they're like, oh, you see all those things? You see all this? Give me them. They're not yours anymore. So
you're a lady.
You don't got no dick, girl. So, the world has, so this is a quote from her. The world has used me so unkindly. I fear it has made me suspicious of everyone.
Yeah, people are fucked.
So she wrote this in a letter. And honestly, it just sounds like my dating profile. So.
Well, maybe that's your first step.
Right? I'm just suspicious of everyone and it's been so unkind to me. It would take. Would you like to date? Swipe
Don't
right.
ever take me to the river, you idiot.
Right. Ugh. That's pretty much like my whole thing now. Like when I say like, so what? They're like, what happened to your legs? I'm like, I just swiped incorrectly. It's fine. Don't even worry about it. Anyway, so it's fine.
That was good.
So it would take many years after her passing in 1847 that she would be recognized for significant contributions to science. So a bunch of these like male scientists would come, like she made a little shop at her house because of all the fossils that she would find, and she would sell the bones and whatever and all the fossils. And they would come to her and they would bring her specimens and they say like, what is this? Like what do we like what do you think this is? What this is? Do you think it's bone? Do you think it's rock? Do you think it's, and she would like give them her entire knowledge, all of it. Dope. And they would take it back to like the Geological Society, and they would claim her findings as their own. So
sweet,
super cool, right? So next up,
that's probably the only time that ever happened.
That's just a fluke, you know.
That was just, a bad apple.
Just a bad apple falling from that tree. So then we got Nettie Maria Stevens. I can say that name. She was a geneticist. I don't know why I said that really shakily. Anyway, she was a geneticist. So she was born in 1861. She devoted her career to studying the life of beetles. In 1905, she observed that male beetles produced two types of sperm, one that carried a large chromosome, while the other a small chromosome. When fertilized with a female egg, the large chromosome would produce female offspring, and the small chromosome would produce male offspring. That's right, fucking females have the bigger fucking dick. Anyway.
That's right.
So, having noticed these chromosomes differences applied to humans as well as other animals, Stevens developed the concept of XY determination system, which stated that the female offspring were determined by two large sex chromosomes, XX. We all learned this in freaking biology. And male offspring, XY. Whoops. I don't know what happened to it. Not that we didn't. Yeah.
Hopefully you didn't XX your notes.
Sure didn't. Around this time, fellow geneticist Edmund Beecher Wilson also discovered the same findings in his independent research, but because Stevens was a female, she was discriminated against, and thus Wilson received all the fucking credit.
Oh my
So God. She did all the legwork, and he was like, hey babe, I'm gonna crack a beer, and will you make me some fucking nachos and wings, and I'm just gonna take you to work, and I'm gonna go to work. Okay, bye. Thanks.
Okay, you
so
smile.
Right. So next we have I believe her name is Lisa, but it might be
Liza
Mettner. Maybe Liza.
There's a hole in the bucket, dear Liza.
Liza. I'm sorry. Liza Mettner. Yeah. She was in nuclear physics.
Ooh.
So she was born in 1878 in Vienna, Austria. She was the first woman to acquire a professional title in Germany. where she dedicated most of her professional career working with fellow scientists Otto Hahn and Otto Robert Frick. I'm just gonna say.
Were they twins?
They weren't. They were just both named Otto.
Wore the same shirt.
They did. They just they ate the same boiled egg for lunch and the same tuna fish sandwich.
And they went dee doo doo.
Exactly.
Like Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Okay.
100%. So she was a part of a small group who discovered nuclear fission. Which was a process that would later help develop nuclear weapons, like the kind that U.S. used against Japan that one time. Yeah,
the aliens are protecting us from using.
And generate.
One time?
And also to generate electricity. Yes, that one time at band camp where they dropped bombs on things. Okay, so in the 1930s, she not only had to endure gender discrimination, what else happened in the 1930s in Germany? Just that one thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. But she also had the larger threat of ethnic cleansing. So she lost many prestigious academic positions due to the anti-Jewish laws enforced by the Nazis and ultimately fled to Sweden for her safety, gaining dual citizenship status. Although she received many distinguished awards later in her life, she never partook in the Nobel Peace Prize in Chemistry in 1944, which was given exclusively to her fellow scientist Hahn, like Otto Hahn, who was credited for having discovered the nuclear fission. Many scientists would later cite her exclusion by the Nobel Committee to be unjust, and she was the one that told him Otto Hahn, and his assistant Otto Fritz. No, I'm sorry, not Otto Fritz. So just Fritz. Oh my gosh. Strassman, I believe it's Strassman, to test the radium in more detail, and it was she that told Otto Hahn that I'm just gonna call him Otto. It's like a fucking Autobahn, like his fucking like a car.
Yeah.
That it was possible for the nucleus of the uranium to disintegrate. I feel so smart right now.
Damn, girl, the nucleus of the uranium.
Right? Oh, I can't.
God damn.
Right. So without these contributions of, without her contributions, Otto Hahn would not have he wouldn't have found like the uranium nucleus that could split in half. So without her footwork, he wouldn't have been able to do jack shit.
God damn it,
but
Otto
he's like,
Hahn.
I take this, just
this is mine.
It doesn't
this was
matter.
all me.
This is mine now. He was like accepting like a shitty soap opera award. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Anyway. So Rosalind Franklin, this is next up. She was a chemist and a molecular biologist, which again is fancy. So born in 1920 in London, she was a chemist, an X-ray crystallographer, and a leading molecular biologist who discovered the structure of DNA. In 1951, Franklin became a right. So these are all like pretty big up there, like pretty big deals. Discoveries. So Franklin became a research associate at King's College in London, where she used X-ray crystallology techniques on DNA. A year later, Franklin achieved her most critical work, capturing the image of the molecular structure, identifying it as Photo 51. While doing her research, however, she grew into probably whatever. It says a contentious relationship with her colleague Maurice Wilkins, but let's be real. Let's be real what's going on here.
They fuck buddies,
and it got really weird fast. So this inspired her to leave King's College and continue to work at Birkbeck College. Unbeknownst to Franklin, Wilkins took Photo 51, because he's a fucking sneaky fucking asshole, and shared it with Francis Crick and James Watson, who used her research to publish their double helix theory of DNA. After publishing their work in 1953, Franklin would publish her own separate research on the same theory shortly thereafter.
How are people okay with that in their hearts? Like, I'm just gonna take all this person's work.
First come, first serve. So she didn't know that they did that. So, however, her manuscript was dismissed as merely confirming her male colleague's discovery. So it was like, well, we already got that memo. So what the fuck? Get out of here. So in 1958, Franklin died from ovarian cancer at 37 years old. and never knowing her research was stolen. So she never knew.
Well,
I hope she's haunting the shit out of them.
I hope she is too.
Or she did. I mean, I'm sure they're not
They're all
alive
together
anymore.
now.
Yeah. So 4 years later, Wilkins, Crick, and Watson would go on to receive the Nobel Peace Prize for their double helix theory of DNA. Watson would later author the book, The Double Helix, in which he continued to credit himself, and only himself, and him and his male colleagues for their award-winning discovery, and went on to describe Franklin as this is so awful. They described her as an overly emotional woman in his book. So
So we're gonna go burn them.
Yep, we're gonna go burn. I'm just thoroughly disgusted by all.
Of course,
this
she was an emotional woman.
Yeah,
aren't we all?
So-
Bunch of fucking wild, nasty women.
Right. So to dismiss her publishings, like, oh, she just has a vagina, so she can't control her.
She was upset
hormones.
about something.
She's a
I couldn't
nasty.
understand.
She's a nasty woman. Get that pink hat off of her.
What a nasty
What
wabbit.
a nasty woman. I'll be like, fucking yeah, bring it on, motherfucker.
Good. I'm glad she was nasty to
Yeah.
them.
I don't think she was though.
Not in a good way.
No, that's the thing
She
though, is that
wasn't. She didn't know.
she didn't know.
She
Had no idea.
trusted
So
him.
after she had died, he posted this. He posted this on Instagram, you guys.
He Twittered it.
He
tweeted
tweeted
it.
Yeah. He wrote this and said like she was, so she couldn't even
posted it.
she couldn't he posted it. She couldn't even defend herself. So he was just fucking
What a
this piece of shit.
small dick energy.
You're right. Super small dick. Super small. So next up we have Esther Linderberg. She was a microbiologist and she was born in 1922. She was a Bronx-born scientist, and she was never
Bronx.
She was Bronx. She was Esther from the Bronx. She was never
Jenny
recognized.
From the block.
That's right. Oh, that's for the block. Damn it. Fucked it up.
I got you, girl.
Thank you. She was never recognized for her contributions to the field of microbiology and genetics, including the discovery of the lamb. Oh my gosh,
The lambkin?
the lambda-phage, a replica of plant. Oh my gosh, I cannot speak today. Replica plating, and the bacterial fertility factor F. That is a lot of words for my
weird.
dry mouth. Okay, so her lack of recognition was especially personal since her first husband, famed molecular biologist Joshua Linderberg, was receiving all the credit for discoveries the two made together. But of course. In fact, the couple's research led to Joshua winning the Nobel Peace Prize in 1958. As a female scientist, which I guess that makes, I mean, honestly, in the 1950s, like, when all this was happening, it's just like, yeah, it was like a fucking man's world.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you make them,
It's a man's world.
like, you make their martini. That's what you're good for. It doesn't matter what is in your brain.
and have dinner ready at 5, you dumb bitch.
Well, that's cool. You're splitting an atom. Go fuck yourself. Where's my goddamn pot roast?
Yeah.
This martini is not dry enough.
That's what you're good for, you emotional hag.
Right? It's just your ovaries. You just need to have a baby. As a female scientist in the 1950s and 60s, she was unable to escape the rampant gender discrimination that premeditated every facet, I say it every time, facet, not faucet, of American society. Even in the realm of academia, she had to fight to obtain a research associate professor position at Stanford, which she was overqualified for, of course. And many years later, was demoted from senior scientist to adjunct professor without tenure. In contrast, her husband rose up to the university's rank, becoming chairman of the Department of Genetics. On the back of her work, essentially.
Her husband?
Her husband. Mm-hmm.
Dope.
Yeah. So this was a short and sweet one, but I just want to do like a little sciencey one, so that's all I got for you.
Perfect.
Just science history. Just because I mean, I feel like it's all about like lately, like right now in this turbulent time in our history. It's like, you know, talking about all the unsung heroes, and those are a little bit of some of the unsung heroes
Of science.
Some
Well,
pretty
I liked
big discoveries that were all like claimed by men,
seriously.
and they were all done by fucking women. So go fuck yourself.
Just goes to show. Motherfuckers
Right?
never loved us.
Never loved us. It's all good. It's fine. Shall we roll?
Well,
Nope. What are we doing first? Sorry.
first of
And
all,
foremost.
thank you everyone for joining us today on 30ish podcast. Be sure to follow us on Instagram, tag us in posts you like. Be sure to keep sending us your song recommendations. I'm gonna repost about that. You guys, some of you have gotten a few fucking names.
Yeah, you
to
guys
the
like have
list
come out in
of
droves
the woodwork.
to show your support.
I
And that's
love
awesome.
it. I love it. So yeah, keep
Doing what you're doing.
do what you're doing. Thanks for listening. If you want to share your our stuff with your friends,
Please do.
that's fun. Also, if you want to leave us a review on iTunes, we'd love that.
We would love that. Please do.
And we just are glad you like to listen to us because we like to record podcasts for you.
And let us know, like, too, like, we recorded a little bit of some content, like some extra content, maybe thinking about, like, doing a little Patreon. So,
Got a little things up, couple things up our sleeves.
So,
But yeah, it's been exciting stuff.
it has been some fun stuff. So, yeah, so that's what's coming up.
Well, yeah. So thanks, guys. And I guess we should fucking roll the motherfucking dice.
Right, since it's, like, way past our bedtime.
I know. I'm like,
I know. And we're like, that's a good story, Shay.
no.
It's fine. I get it.
I do.
I think it's crime.
It is. It is. I think it is.
It's like Christmas, like me opening up my Nintendo 64.
I think it's crime.
Oh my god. It's, you guys, they're probably like, it's crime, you fucking dumb bitches.
I know. I don't even have that anymore.
Where did it go? Did I erase it? Maybe I erased it.
Uh-oh.
1 minute. I'll find it. Oh, there it is.
It's crime.
It's like Christmas morning. Okay.
It is.
Go for it.
Okay.
It's nostalgia.
Nostalgia pop culture.
What? That'll be a good
Alright.
episode.
All right. Well, shit.
Fuck yeah. All right.
Well, we'll be back next week with our nostalgia crime. Yes. Love you. Thank you. Bye-bye.